all of my moms that boss and side hustle boot campers. I'm super excited for tonight's webinar. Why? Because we are getting ready for 2023. So for all of you that are brand new to the Moms That Boss community, because there are some of you and you're still not all that familiar with me yet, I am your favorite business coach for moms, especially my product-based businesses. Why? Because, of course, I run my own product-based business, Happily Naturally Me, as well as service-based businesses. So I am in the trenches just like you. I know everything that you're going through, most likely because I have been there, I've done it, I've made the mistakes, and I've learned from them. And I'm teaching you how to not do that, not do what I did. So that way you can scale a lot faster and your process is a lot smoother than it has been for me. So that is the whole goal. But we are going to, start 2023 off on the right foot, and you're going to plan for your success. You have to plan, put your plan in place, then you have to execute, because without the work, without the execution, you're not going to hit your goals. Whatever it is that you have been thinking about that you want to accomplish, you can definitely do that, but you got to put the execution in place so that you can get there. You can have all the knowledge in the world. I know, because you've probably been, watching all kinds of YouTube videos and reading books and things like that. But until you actually do the work, you're going to remain exactly where you are. So we are going to kick things off with learning how to forecast for your business. When you learn how to forecast, you can do things like budget better. You can hit your goals better because you know your numbers. You can put marketing campaigns together better. Why? Because you know your numbers and things like that. So that's why it's super important that you learn how to utilize the forecasting tool to rock out in Q1 and let that momentum carry you all the way through until the end. Okay. So let me get my handy dandy slides up for you guys. Yeah, your girl, I'm getting better. I have some slides that I want to share with you. So let me add them to the screen right now. And if you have any questions, please drop them. I am here live. This is not a recording. So drop your questions and I will make sure that I answer them live for you. All right. So forecast your business to success. But before we actually get into that, I want to start things off. I started doing this during the Boss Up Your Bank Account Masterclass. Guys, this is the Moms That Boss pledge. I want you to say it to yourself every single day. Every day. Those that are in the Moms That Boss Inner Circle, this has already been presented to you. You have it in your members library. But the words that we speak to ourselves are super important. Like, you have to be mindful of that negative self-talk. And I even have to catch myself too. And make sure that I'm not doing this because, I have people in my life that are like, Lanisha, you're being kind of negative. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me change up my language, the language that I speak to myself. Because when you do that, not only will you realize that you'll start to see yourself in a more positive light and you will go after your goals a lot better, but you'll also start, being more positive to those that are around you that you're communicating with. Why? Because you're mindful of the negative words that could come out of your mouth and harm those people, especially your kids, guys. So here we go. So Moms That Boss pledge, say it with me. If you can say this out loud to yourself, do it. But I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am deserving. I will get everything that I want because I am a mom that bosses. Yes, I'm getting everything that I want. Like, I feel it. I feel it so much that it is coming. So start saying this to yourself every single day, guys. So here we go. All right. So what exactly is forecasting? It's a tool that you use to help you budget, plan, and estimate your future growth. Okay. It's like predicting what's going to happen in the future. But in order for you to do that, You have to, I talk about this all the time, you have to know your numbers. If you are not tracking your numbers, you cannot plan for your success properly. Like when you track the numbers do not lie, guys. They do not lie. So you have to get into the habit of analyzing your data. And my Moms That Boss members that are in the inner circle, you have a tool in your resource library for you to be tracking your numbers daily. There's certain KPIs that you should be tracking so you can adjust whatever it is that you need to adjust to hit your goals better. What are KPIs? Key performance indicators, guys. You need to know this. You cannot make sound decisions for your business if you don't know your stuff. You don't know what's going on in your business, and your numbers are going to tell you that. You have to stop winging it. Stop treating your business like a hobby. Bottom line, if you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to pay you like it is a hobby. So you're not doing that anymore. If anything, act as a small business. And a small business knows their numbers. Big businesses know their numbers. You cannot go into a meeting and not have your data. They will be looking at you like you are crazy. And I don't care if you are a team of one. Review your data on your own. You are your team right now. So look at your numbers. All right. So what data are you going to be pulling? Okay. You need to pull this information for whether you have been in business all year or a couple of months or whatever. But I want you to pull this information so you can put a plan in place for Q1 for 2023. So some of the things that you're going to want to pull, I didn't put everything on here, but your sales trends. Like, what were your best sellers? And were there certain things that were selling better than others through certain periods, like Valentine's Days, or something that's really popping during Valentine's Day, something that's really popping during the summer? Like, for example, my skincare products, you can use them all year round. But my biggest time for my skincare products online-wise is during the winter months. Why? Because I'm not really doing as many vending events during the winter. But people like to, be moisturized more in the winter than they do in the summer and things like that. Especially when their skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis and stuff like that start to flare up a lot of times during the winter. So my number one selling product, which is my whipped shea butter, like, I know that. What are your best selling products that you have? You should know that. Look at your sales trends. If you're not really sure how to look at your numbers, if you go to your website and you look in your back office, there's reports that you can pull, and it will tell you what your best selling products are. You'll be able to see your sales trends based off of the entire year, based off of certain months and things like that. You can see where your web traffic is coming from. Is it coming from Instagram? Is it coming from Pinterest? Is it coming from Facebook? Is it coming through a Google search? Like, where is the traffic coming from? You want to also pull your data for your expenses. Like, is there certain things that you can cut expenses, like cut out of your expenses or reduce your expenses? These are important because if you can reduce your expenses, guess what? That's more profit that you have. Okay. You want to be generating more profit. Why? Because you want to be able to pay yourself more. You want to be able to reinvest in your business more. Again, I kind of already touched on web traffic, like analyzing where your traffic is coming from. If you analyze where your traffic is coming from, you can see where the most of the traffic is coming from. Guess what? You know which platforms that you should really be focusing on, right? Where you should be advertising the most, because you can see where your traffic is coming from. Your inventory, analyzing your inventory. Like, again, what were your best-selling products? You need to know how much you need to be buying of ingredients or anything that you need to restock from your wholesalers or whatever the case may be to be able to hit your goals. You can't be like, oh, I want to have 200 orders per month, but yet you don't have 200 orders worth of products. You have to know these numbers. And one thing I did not put on here is your social media insights. Are you looking at that? Are you looking at what kind of post is getting the most engagement? What kind of posts are, do your customers like the most? You have to look at these numbers, okay? And you should be tracking your numbers daily. Again, if you're in the Moms That Boss Inner Circle, you have a tracking sheet in your members area for you to be able to do this so that you can keep track and analyze your numbers daily, weekly, see the trends. You want to see the patterns so you can make the best decisions for your business and adjust accordingly. Next, analyzing your data. Guys, you cannot forecast what you need to do or, accomplish your goals if you're not analyzing the data. So a couple of questions that you want to ask yourself is, where did you fall short? See, if you pull your reports from your back office, you can see, okay, yeah, I kind of dropped the ball in February around Valentine's Day when I should have really been pushing this. So now I know what I need to do different. Or did you see some areas of improvement? Like this month, May, I had a really good month. All right, this month was great. What activities, what revenue generating activities was I doing in the month of May that I can duplicate moving forward for future months? Something was working. So let me look at my insights and see what it was. Was it a certain post that I made? Was it was I getting a lot of web traffic from an ad that I was running? Like, what was that growth trend? Well, do you see any growth patterns, right? Look at the data. Guys, if you do not know how to do this, ask. And you also have the opportunity to schedule a complimentary strategy session with me. It's scrolling across your screen right there. You can see it. All you need to do is text the word meeting to 833-319-0828, and I will give you a complimentary strategy session, and you can ask whatever it is that you want to ask. All right. So there we go, guys. We have it. That is how you forecast. So what you need to do is you need to pull your data so that way you can set proper goals. You cannot set proper goals if you do not know where you stand. Where are you at currently right now? Stop guessing. Stop winging it. When you're guessing and you're winging it, that's why you're getting the type of results that you're getting, because you're not properly planning in your business. For example, if you're like, I want to have, we're going to use the number again, 200 orders for my business, right? And and I'm not really all that great doing math off the top of my head, but for every one sale you get, it takes about 300 people to visit your website. So if you know that you want 200, okay, so how many people do you need to get traffic hits to your website to reach that number? All right, let's see. All right, so we're going to do a bunch of math here really quick. What did I say? 300? So you know that you need to get about 60,000 website hits if you want to get to that 200. Now, how do you get those website hits? How are you drawing that traffic to your website so that you can get the 60,000 website hits? Well, let's see. Where are you marketing? Where does the majority of your traffic come from? That's what you should be leveraging. How many times are you showing up, on your social media? How many ads are you running? Like, is your Pinterest popping? Like, what is it that you have to do to draw the traffic to your website? You cannot hit your goal if you do not know what it is that you have to do to reach that goal. And your numbers are going to tell you that. I hope that makes sense. If it does not make sense, drop your questions, guys. And that is what I have for you tonight. Next week, we're going to have another webinar session to make sure that you guys are planning for your success so you can have an amazing 2023. And lastly, of course, the Moms That Boss Inner Circle is open for enrollment. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Moms That Boss Inner Circle, it is our exclusive mastermind for mompreneurs to help you put things in place. Obviously, give you a sense of community, give you the coaching that you need. We meet weekly. As well as you have the opportunity to have one-on-one sessions. But we basically work with you for 1 year. If you would like to extend past that year, you are definitely welcome to do so. But we work with you for 1 year, like in the trenches. But the thing is, you got to show up for yourself. You don't show up for yourself, I can't force you to do the work. But you have all the resources that you need, including your resource library, to make things happen for yourself. I'm going to hold you accountable, but you got to show up and do the work. But we're going to work together for 1 year by putting a customized strategy plan together for you and grow your business. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to do this by yourself anymore unless you want to. And I can tell you, as long as you continue to try to do this on your own, you're going to continue to delay your success. Like I said, I have been there. I run my own product-based business. Anything that I do in my business that I teach these things back to you guys. Obviously, I'm testing them out first and making sure that everything is working. And, things are always changing, so you have to adjust. So I make sure that things are working. As long as things are working great, guess what? Then I teach it back to you guys. So now you don't have to do all the testing, the work, because I already know that it works because I'm doing it myself in my own business. And that is the beauty of being part of the Moms That Boss Inner Circle. Every time things are adjusting and changing, guess what? You'll be notified. You'll be notified, and the information that's in the resource library will be updated. You get lifetime access to that. Here's a perfect example. So Instagram, using hashtags doesn't really work anymore. Did you know that? It doesn't. So I noticed a little while ago that when I was using hashtags, some of my posts that I was making, I wasn't using hashtags on them. And because I was just being a little lazy, guys, I'm gonna be totally honest. I was just like, let me just post this thing. Those posts got more engagement than the ones that got more engagement and more reach than the ones I had hashtags on. And then someone who is like a Instagram guru, I follow them, and they started talking about this. And I was like, see, I knew something was up. I knew something was wrong. So guess what? I notified you guys about this in the discussion board in the Moms That Boss community. And I'm going to, of course, update some of the content when it comes down to social media to reflect that. So it pays to be in the Moms That Boss Inner Circle. Not only do you get the coaching, you get the community, you get, your customized strategy plan, you get lifetime access to the resource library, you get your famous black box. Of course, all Moms That Boss Inner Circle members get a black box. And there's so much more. You get access to things that, the regular community that, soaks up the free resources, they don't have access to. Me being one of those things. So guys, have an amazing night. And of course, how do you apply for the Moms That Boss Inner Circle? Well, all you have to do is go to momsthatboss.com. There is an application process. Not everybody that applies for the Moms That Boss Inner Circle will be accepted into the Moms That Boss Inner Circle, because let's face it, not everyone has the same commitment level. And I can only work with individuals that are very serious about growing their business. So yes, there is a screening process for that. And you can go and you can start that screening process by going to momsthatboss.com. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But have an amazing night. Go rock out, be a mom that bosses, and I will see you later. Bye.